Hey, NASDAQ, where you get the best dope on the markets. I am Alan Palmer. Trading is risky here. I want to point out something that's weird here, and we're just still sitting here. So we traded 323,000 in volume. Okay. We just broke out of this one tick lower because we've been sitting here for 6 minutes at the same price. 65 bid at 65 and a quarter. Anyway, I just thought that was weird. We'll see if it matters later. Okay, it's Thursday, December 18th here. Here's stocks clawing it back here. Here this morning, we opened higher. Okay, we closed down here all day long. There was a diamond actually in the SPOOs. Anyway, CPI comes out bullish, less than expected. 2.7 versus 3.0. Anyway, we come up into this next area right up here, just shy of it. We do this one bar break, and back to here. The quarterly holds, and now here we are coming back. Here is silver here. Let's here. Let me show you this in the upper right hand corner. Okay, from right here to here, these were olive cells here. Okay, so we just went from 66.60 to 64, $62. Came all the way back into 66 handle here, and now we're a buck lower. Okay, so here's how you do it. And you look, you just either have, if you're taking a shot, that would have been a place possibly to sell it. Okay, this is really coming off. As a matter of fact, I'm taking it off right now because that was just in that particular case. You get a warning, you get a chance to sell that thing 80 to 90% back. Think, okay, it's extreme. Okay, where you're taking a shot here just against this high. So, and here's gold. Look at this. This is one wild trade. I don't even know I don't even know what to say here. Let's just look at it here. Okay, so this was going up. We made our all-time highs in October. Okay, up around this level up here. Okay, we came up to some sell levels. Okay, we kind of kept breaking, holding trend lines intact. Year end. Everybody wants to mark gold up for Christmas. And here. So there the beans are leaking again. Let me just point out a couple levels. 301.60, 301.50 here. Okay, that is the low of the day so far. You can see some numbers below there. Okay. Here, this is July bean oil here. This will be a look at July bean oil. So if you were trading, some guys like to trade it, and they want to buy July beans because they want to take them all the way to July. And so here it is. This is a daily here. This is an area. Look at this. You got a one-day bounce. We saw that. You know what? We saw that somewhere else. Anyway, they'll have sell stops underneath here. But it's just a level. On down. Okay? This was where we took off from here. So now there's some kind of uncertainty with that biodiesel. Okay? You know what? Market's going to trade. That means there's a lot of opportunity, okay? If you're taking shots in the right locations, of course. Bottom left here. Okay, so this is in the intraday. This is in the beans. Oops. And this was a gap down, okay? Well, you don't have to see it, but here. This is, and then not to this high. I took it to this high, okay? And then here, this was yesterday. We get a little nickel rally. We sell off. Okay, it comes in right here. See how the red is right behind 1065 and 7/8. Black is what's last, 64 last. Here's the wheat, a little positive here. There's nothing here. You'd have to get back over to be exciting. But here, look at this. Look at this, man. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at something else here. Let's look at March KC. Okay, all right, here's March KC, different story, low held. Okay, as a matter of fact, this is probably the low there. What is that? 502 in the goats. Yeah, see 502 in the goats. That's 503. That's one of my well, that's not really a symmetrical head and shoulders, but it is. Oh, look at this. What was this low? 503 and a quarter. Okay, I'm just saying here. Now you're back into here. You're gonna have to get it back over there to turn that thing positive. That's KC wheat. I know 5 minutes into the video to be doing SPOOs here because that's probably the most popular one. But last week we had it. We dragged up to an olive. Okay, yeah, olive. Okay, and then we closed over the olive. Okay, multiple times. And you know what? That was the high. Okay, and then this was Monday. Okay, so he closed down here, and this was Monday, and then we went all the way until late in the day today. As a matter of fact, this was like made almost at 3 o'clock p.m. Okay, and then we came back up here. And we had one break here. This is one break here. So that is the S&P. That's not really the chart I look at. This is the chart I look at. Okay, that other one was a little shorter term. This was the one what I was saying yesterday. It ended on a diamond. And look at that. It even reversed up. Okay? It's a condition. That goes off. That's a condition. Same with the sevens. All right, this is my soft page. Here's the NASDAQ right here. Call it 25,400. Right around 15% on the year here. Remember, we were up 20%. And then we gave a half of it back in the middle of November. Came back and did that, went up to, what was this, 18? Yeah, 18%. What's this? This is the S&P. Okay, as a matter of fact. So, as you know, it seems like there's a little bit too much bullishness in here. Oh, look at that. Lower highs. Okay. Oh, pay attention to that here. You could sell it with a stop back over plus 12%. This is the Russell, actually. You know what? Let's do this on the fly. The beans. Okay, look at that. So you got up the same 12.5%. What is that, man? Let's see what corn. Okay, corn got steady on the year. Oh, you know what? You know what else did? Meal. Meal got steady on the year there. Okay, because we had orders. I had guys waiting 6 months to sell those. What do we got? ZWA. This one should be pretty good on the downside. ZWA. Wow, down 17% right now. Wheat's a weed. How about ZLE? Okay. So this was oh, look at that. 40% dead nuts on. Huh. Okay. So here we give half of it back. Okay. And then here we are. It could still be a bull market, and for next year. Okay. I believe this diesel story's still on here, but here's the dollar, US dollar. Okay. Just recently kind of moved up under par in the 99 handle, broke down to 97.5. Here we are trying to stabilize around 98 here. A little bit longer term, This is here. We were up here before we broke. As a matter of fact, that's the dollar. Here's one for you. Here, we're up 14, man. I don't know if you want to buy this here. But here down below, this is cotton here. Okay, so we went up to an olive. You got those other ones right over there. Okay, sitting right over there. Okay, I think if you're looking to buy cotton, there you go. Just look there. Okay, get it? You get what I'm saying? You get it? There. Okay, you get it. If you want to sit somewhere in the middle of a thin market, and have the chance of buying, here's rice. Oh, look at this, rice. It looks like we're right at this is a huge green here. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is a quarterly. Okay, so whatever that is. Right. As a matter of fact, look at this. Oh, what's rice at? Okay, so July rice is still over $10. The fronts are not. Here's the Jan. 9.25. As a matter of fact, here you go. Key reversal. If you closed over here, okay? Key reversal. This is rice. Listen, this is a thin contract. Okay, there you go. You got a bulge in volume. 3 days over 2,000 contracts. Okay? Didn't Trump say he was going to get some of those Asians to buy rice? And we've been going down the whole time. We've been going down the whole time. Okay? So we went from 10 to 9. Okay? So if you're looking at any kind of rice, I don't know, Kmart's got a special for you. If you, oh, okay, we missed those trend lines there. Okay. This was an olive buy here. As a matter of fact, this is an olive buy to an olive side. This is March sugar. Okay, this is March sugar. Another one. Funds are short this. See, so on the way down, okay, here you got some head and shoulders, okay? You got big bounces, okay? And then it settles in. Then you get the sevens, okay? You test the green, pierce the green, okay? Okay, everybody's getting chopped up. Fuck your green, okay? And then here, green's a high, green's a high. Green's a high, reverses down. They come back one more time. 2 bars up. You do another outside down. Go down to the olive. Okay, so watch this green up here also. And, same kind of thing here because, the shorts will probably try to paint their tape, which means lower because they get a profit of wherever they go off mark to market. They don't actually have to get off to get paid, get out of their positions rather. This is copper here. There's not a lot here in copper. Okay, that was the event. This was the event before that. This was one of the other events here. This was Liberation Day. Okay, yeah, this is copper. Okay, here we got, see that blue horizontal here. Hang on a second. Remove study, horizontal trend line. Okay, so here we have copper moving up here. Here's a trend line here. It plays closed bases here. It's the high here. It blows through. Okay, I'm just saying here. Maybe it doesn't even work here. Maybe this was the number. And so that's copper. I think we're going to call this a wrap. Since I'm on the soft page here. Oh. Okay, when we rolled from Dece to March, these olives had not been hit, okay? So it gets to be a different, when you have commodities in a squeeze, it's a little bit different here, okay? That's why you want to do business with me, because I can do a report for you here. But although that was quite a detailed report, that was in the meats. And so here you went over here and you tagged these olive lines, small olive line sells in coffee. Here we are, it looks like we're busting out here, 45 down 2. Okay, we get under 43, I don't know, 317, Here you got a little head and shoulders top here too. Here, we could draw this here. Okay, this would be, and let's make that, what color should we make that? Let's make it that teal, even though it's not teal. 361, okay, 350 double to 344 double is the range today. What is this, a weekly here? Let's put it up on a daily here, and then we'll end this. Okay, so here you can just get in this range, and then all of a sudden you break out. As a matter of fact, kind of like here too, same kind of thing. Here you start to do these head and shoulders, you hang in there. Okay, you're stopping guys out, and then they're coming back and buying it here. Then you come out here, now they just put it back out. Sellers, okay, I'm talking about bears. Okay, so if you need something, email me arp@nasdog.com. Thanks for watching. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk. Trader roulette is your excuse. There is no volatility or there is too much volatility. Thanks for watching.